I'm sorry for that inconvenience. We did not have power.
Natafuta mwalimu.
Unatafuta mwalimu. Unatafuta ngwaje?
Unajua unasikika.
I'm hearing you. I'm getting what you are saying. Onesimus, you are talking. Okay, I'm telling you that last time we were dealing with the surface area of the prism, solids, pyramid, cone, the frustum of cone, and the frustum of the pyramid. Also, we dealt with the hemisphere, and I gave you some questions. I also told you to check on the KMF on topic 15. And I hope you have done that. So today we are going to revise on equation of a straight line, gradient and equation of a straight line. Equation and gradient and equations of straight lines. With the equation of a straight line, we had the slope. Remember, we usually get the gradient. In physics, we talk about the slope, but in math, we talk about the gradient. Remember, we say that the gradient is change in y divided by change in x. Whereby change in y is change in the vertical divided by change in the horizontal. Then, when you have that, there is a way of getting a gradient. The way of getting the gradients. When you are given a point, stop writing on the screen that I want to share, please. Okay, let's continue. I was saying that when you have a point, 2 points, for example, you have 2, 5. You have 2, 5, 0.25. And you have a point 3, 4. How do we get the gradient? Usually say that the gradient is 5 minus 4 divided by 2 minus 3, which is 5 minus 4 is 1 and 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the gradient of that line will be negative 1. Then, Mr. Onyango. Mr. Onyango. Okay, I'm saying that when you have a point 2, 5, and 3, 4, you get the gradient. The gradient is change in y divided by change in x.
Change in x.
And change in y is, there are someone making noise. That is why I'm stopping. I'm hearing a lot of noise. Okay, let's continue. I'm saying that when I'm given the 2 points, you can have the point of 2, 5, and also I can get a point like 3, 7. The change in y will be 5 minus 7 over 2 minus 3, which is 5 minus 7 is negative 2, and 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the answer will be 2, because negative divided by negative is positive. Another student can get the 2 points and say 7 minus 5 divided by 3 minus 2, you get 2, is 2. So you find that you can start with any point, provided you say change in y divided by changing x. Then after that, after calculating the gradient, we were able to learn about the equation of a straight line. How do you get the equation of a straight line? There are two methods. First, when you are given 2 points. The second one is when you are given a point and the gradient. One, when you are given the 2 points. The other one is when you are given the gradient and a point. There you have the same point I've given you. I'll use 2, 5 and 3, 7. Whereby we have to get the first, you have to get the gradient, and this gradient is 2. After you calculate the gradient, you find the equation.
Go slowly.
I go slowly. I'm very fast. Okay. I'm saying that we have two methods of whereby of getting the equation of a straight line. The first step is when you are given 2. The other one is when you are given the gradient and 2 points. So I'll start with the 2 points. And I'll use the example I've given you already. For example, the number 2, the point A, which is 2, 5, and the point B, which is 7. You get that in the equation. First step, you get the gradient. Change in y divided by change in x is the gradient. So you have 5 minus 7 divided by 2 minus 3. You get negative 2 over negative 1, which is 2. So our gradient now is 2. After that, you pick one of the points. We have point A and we have point B. You can pick any point. When you pick one of the point, for me, I would pick 2, 5, point A, which is 2, 5. The other point will be unknown, which is XY. XY. So when we have the XY and the point 2, 5, how do you get the gradient? You say change in Y divided by change in X is equal to the gradient. So it is Y minus 5 divided by X minus 2 is equal to 2. We have Y minus 5 divided by X minus 2 is equal to 2. Then you work out the equation. We multiply both sides by X minus 2. Y minus 5 is equals to, open the bracket, X minus 2, close the bracket.
Yeah, a bit slow.
Then, I'm very fast.
Yeah.
And when I'm sharing, you are writing on my screen share, so that is why I'm stopping writing.
X. Oh.
Are you there?
Yes.
So don't make noise. So I've given you Y minus 5 divided by X minus 2 is equals to. You multiply both sides by the denominator, which is x minus 2. So I'm saying it is y minus 5. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Is equal to x minus 2. That is the way it's supposed to be. When you multiply both sides by x minus 2. Then you open up the bracket to get y minus 5 is equal to x minus 4. Then we have y is equals to x minus 4 plus 5. You take 5 on the other side. So you have y is equals to x plus 1.
Plus 1.
Yes. Now, when you have that equation, you have now y is equals, I'll write this equation, 2x plus 1. That is the equation. This equation is in this form. Y is equals mx plus c. You can be asked to write the equation in the form of y, or in the form of ax plus by
Plus C.
is equal to c. When you're given the equation, that instruction, how do you write your equation? It will be negative, the equation will be negative 2x plus y is equals 1.
Plus
That is
1.
in that form. If you are told to write the equation in the form of ax
Negative 2x
plus by plus c is equal to 0, your equation will be minus 2y minus 2x, sorry, minus 2x plus y minus 1 is equals 0. That equation can also be written. That equation can also be written. You can write that equation in this form: 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. In that equation, I've divided the other equation by negative 1. When you divide that equation by negative 1, you get 2x minus y plus 1 is equals 0. Another form of writing that equation is by double intercept. By double intercept. How do we write this double intercept? We write it y, not y, but x. We start with the x divided by a plus y divided by b is equal to 1. That is double intercept. So how do we write our equation as double intercept? We have that one will be minus, to be minus x divided by 0.5 plus y is equals 1. Is equals 1. Yes, negative x over 0.5. Remember, 0.5 is a half. When you divide it by half, the 2 comes becomes a numerator. So it's the same as minus x over 0.5 plus y is equal to 1.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What is the relationship between the double intercept and the equation of ax plus by plus c is equals to 0?
Okay, the relationship we are supposed to have the coefficient of x as 1. Not the coefficient, but on the right hand side, we are supposed to have 1. And then the denominators, the coefficient of 1 of x is supposed to be a fraction.
Yes.
We have x over, we can have x over 4 plus y over 5 like that is equals 1. You make sure on the other side is 1.
Yes.
Also, it can be the same as the one that we have written there. We have negative 2x plus y is equals 1, because when you write it as 0.5, it is a half. So 2 comes on top. You have the same as there. Negative 2x plus y is equals 1. Are we together? I'll give you a question like y plus 2x is equals 3. Y plus 2x is equals 3. I'll give you that question. We have y plus 2x is equals 3. Write that now equation as a over x over a plus y over b is equals 1. We make sure that on the right hand side we have only 1. What are you supposed to do? We divide everything by 3. Divide everything by 3 so that we can have y divided by 3 plus 2 plus it will be x divided by 1.5 is equals 1. Are you together? One 1.5 is 3/2. So when you have 3/2, the 2 becomes now there because it is in double division. In that, x over 1.5 is the same as x divided by 3/2. That is referred as double division. That is why we have the double intercept on the other side. So it's supposed to be x over 1.5 plus y over 3 is equals 1. That is the way it's supposed to be. Then, after we wrote, that is the first step, whereby we are given 2 points. Even if you are given a point and the gradient, you can be given those instructions. Give your answer in the form of y is equals mx plus c. Give your answer in the form of ax plus bx is equals 1, or give your answer as ax plus by plus c is equals 0, or x over a plus b x over a plus y over b is equals 1. So those are the instructions that you're supposed to take after you have done your calculations. Then after that, you've been given now a point and a gradient. You've been given a point and a gradient. What will happen if you're given a point and a gradient? I'll pick now 3 and 7. So I have the gradient as 3. And the other 3 and 7. The point is 3, 7. What are you supposed to do? You have the gradient 3. You have a 1.37. Then you're supposed to get our second point so that you can say change in y divided by change in x. This second point is our known, which is xy. You have to introduce point xy. So when you have that, you just say y minus 7 divided by x minus 3 is equals 3. Then you cross multiply on both sides with x minus 3. We will have y minus 7 is equals 3. X minus 3 is equals, it is like that. Then we have y minus 7 is equals 3 in bracket, x minus 3 close to a bracket. Now the second step is to open the bracket, which is y minus 7 is equals 3x minus 9. Y is equals 3x minus 9 plus 7 equals 3x minus plus 7, which is y is equals 3x minus. If you are correct, that's how be y minus 2. Now from there you follow the instruction that you are given in the equation, in the question. Many students do the error that usually I encounter here with the student, or the error that the student do is when they are saying changing y divided by changing x. A student will say x minus 3 divided by y minus 7. That is wrong. Instead of saying changing y divided by changing x is the ingredient, the interchange, they usually say changing x divided by changing y. That is one error usually encountered with the student. The other error is when they are opening them, when they are getting this negative 7 on the other side. Some students forget that when a sign crosses it is equal sign, it changes the sign. Another error is when they are adding negative 9 to 7. Some will give me negative 16, or some will give me positive 16. They forget that negative 9 plus 7 is negative 2. That is where we get errors. Next, after that, we introduced the parallel lines and the perpendicular lines. We introduced the parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So I will start with the parallel line. I'll start with the parallel lines. Parallel lines. What tells you that the parallel lines? What tells you that two lines or three lines are parallel to each other? Is that they have equal gradients. They have equal gradients.
X1
Equal gradients. In G, Y is what? 2x plus 7, and we can have y is equals 2x minus 7 minus 20. Let me write minus 20.
They only love you when you win and when you losing every other. They don't wanna see you again. They don't wanna see you win. They don't wanna see you win.
Okay, let's continue. So you have y is equals to x minus 20 and 2x plus 7. Those two lines have the same gradient, so they are parallel lines.
I'm not
Okay.
hearing.
I'm checking what has happened. Are you hearing now? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
I want to share a question. That is why I'm keeping quiet. Okay, there is a question that I want to
Change.
It's inverted. Are you seeing it on the board? On the screen?
No.
It's inverted.
It is inverted, yes. I want to read it for you. I'm checking where I can I want to change it. The question is there, number 2. I want to check that I can. Let me see whether it will change. Mekata. I'll read the question for you. It is inverted. I'm unable to rotate it. The question
Invert
is,
your form.
yes? The question is, which of the following find the equation of the line through the given point and the parallel to the given line? Which of the following find the equation of the line through the given and the parallel to the given line? Suppose you were given a question like that.
Oh. Zero, zero.
We have the point 0, 0. There's a student talking. Please, can you avoid talking because I've unmuted everyone. We have 0. Then we have the line y is equals 2 over 7 x plus 1. We have 0, 0. The line that is parallel to y is equals 2 over 7 x plus 1. It's passing through the point 0, 0. So what are you supposed to do? We get the gradient of this equation, and the gradient is 2 over 7. The gradient of this line is 2 over 7, and it's the same gradient of the second line. So you have the point 0, 0. So you just say this. The other point will be xy. So you have y minus 0 divided by x minus 0 is equals 2 over 7. So y will be 2 over 7 x. 2 over 7 x. That will be the equation.
So it's inverted.
Yes,
Please pardon that explanation.
Pardon?
Pardon the explanation.
I've said the equation, we have the part A, we have the point, you're given the point where this line parallel to y is equals 2 over 7x plus 1 is passing through. And then what are you supposed to do to have this equation? We are given the point. The next step, what are supposed to get the gradient. The gradient of this equation of this line is the same as the gradient of the line given. Remember when we have the equation as y is equals mx plus x plus c. Y is equals x plus c. M stands for the gradient and C stands for Y-intercept. Y is equals mx plus c. M stands for gradient and C stands for Y-intercept. Are we together? Then after that, we have the gradient now, which is and the point is 0, 0. So you say y minus 0 divided by x minus 0. Then is equals to 2 over 7. Then
Chair, you are fast.
Excuse me, John.
I'm giving you time to write, please.
So why is it 2 over 7 and not negative 2 over 7?
Yes.
Sorry, I've left negative. It is negative 2 over 7. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, John.
It's negative 2 over 7. I'm sorry for that. I want to state it back so that I can see well. It is negative 2 over 7x plus 1. So the gradient is negative 2 over 7.
X.
Do that correction. Negative 2 over 7.
X.
X plus 1.
Excuse me, John.
Yes.
I've not yet
Yes,
understood
Muma?
what the question is asking.
Pardon?
I've not yet understood what the question is asking.
Are you seeing the question on the screen?
Yes.
My question are inverted. I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to change the.
Can you try to rotate them?
That is what I'm trying, please, and I'm unable kabisa. So understand.
Invert your form.
Cannot see.
Can you see it now?
It is inverted.
Yes. You know, you have done physics.
Rotate.
You have done, excuse me, Emmanuel, please. You have done physics, so you can invert it in our highs. Can you understand this code? And then we continue. If you are able to read the inverted equation, can you read it, please? This is part of physics. Because you are a student of physics, you can invert it. Are we together? So let's go back to the lesson, please. I'm reading the equation for you. It is 0.800. Then the equation is y is equals negative 2 over 7x plus 1. Negative 2 over 7x plus 1. Then I was saying that when you're given this point, you are told that there is a certain line passing through the point 0, 0, and the parallel to the line y is equals negative 2 over 7x 1. And we have said that parallel lines have equal gradients. So you have to pick this gradient of this line, which is negative 2 over 7. Then I've said the second point is x, y. So you have y minus 0 divided by x minus 0 is equals negative 2 over 7. Then equation will be y is equals negative 2 over 7x. Negative 2 over 7x.
Pardon.
I'm saying
Pardon.
the equation will be y is equals negative 2 over 7x. Are we together?
Yes.
Part C. I'm doing part C. Let's do part C together. We have point is 5, 2. The line is 5y minus 2x minus 115 is equal to 0. 5, 2. The line is passing through the point 5, 2. The equation we are given of the line, the first line is 5y minus 2x minus 115 is equal to 0. So we have 5y minus 2x minus 115 is equal to 0. So what are you supposed to do to get the gradient of this equation? You write the equation in the form of y is mx plus
C.
And this now you have to participate. The student must participate now. Now student must participate.
Y equals to 2x.
No.
That equation. We have to get the ingredient first, please.
Gradient is
Gradient
2
is
over
2 over
5.
5.
2 over 5.
2 over 5.
Finally, I'll mention your name. Don't answer before. There is Boniface Odhiambo. Boniface. And mute yourself.
Sema y equals to mx plus 3.
Dennis, unmute yourself. Dennis, unmute yourself. What is the ingredient of this line?
2 over 5.
2 over 5.
Yes. Continue. Give us the answer for that equation.
Y is equals to 2 over 5x.
Correct.
Y is equals 2 over 5x.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Okay, I have a question to
Yes.
ask. Stop making noise. I said unless I mention you, please. I call your name. That is the time I allow you to talk, please. I've unmuted all the students so that I can be able to learn. We can be able to learn together. The next equation is, I have this equation, 2x plus y is equals negative 3. 2x plus y is equals negative 3. The question is, bring the x-intercept and the y-intercept. What is the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the equation? 2x plus y is equals negative 3. The student is singing. We have 2x plus y is equals negative 3. The question is, find the y-intercept and x-intercept.
Can you repeat the question?
Are you seeing the equation on the board, on the screen? 2x plus y is equals negative 3. 2x plus y is equals negative 3. Find the y-intercept and x-intercept. Find y-intercept and x-intercept.
Which number?
I've not given you, I've given you the question on the screen. I've shared a question on the screen. 2x plus y is equals negative 3.
No question is shared on the screen.
J Macau, unmute. J Macau, unmute yourself.
The answer is the X-intercept is negative 1.5 and the Y-intercept is negative 3.
The X-intercept is negative
1.5.
And the Y-intercept?
Negative 3.
Okay, that is what we have been giving the answer, but I want to make this correction. The X-intercept on the screen. Can you stop writing? When you draw a graph, I want to draw a graph. And there's a student making noise. That is why I'm not. When you draw a graph, you find that the line is passing. Are you seeing the screen? I'm drawing something.
No.
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 Clear.
No.
Sure.
No.
Okay, I need to stop.
Can't see anything.
Okay.
You can't see.
That is what I'm doing. Can you wait? Okay, I'm saying this. I'm saying when you have the graph,
Can't see, teacher.
Yes, now we see.
you see,
You can't hear.
areas in the
What's up?
Teacher. Excuse me, teacher. Just give me a minute.
There are students drawing my on the screen. Me sharing the screen. I'm disabled. Can I share it now? Drawing on the screen. Okay, I'm drawing the y-intercept, the y-axis and the x-axis, please. Okay, those are the we have the y-axis and the x-axis. Then I have the y-intercept and the x-intercept. We am by okay, this one is the y-axis, the y-intercept. And the other one here, we have the x-intercept. We have the x-intercept. I'll write y and this is the y-intercept. And this is the x-intercept. That is the x-intercept and y-intercept. Okay, we have been given that the y-intercept is -3, and he has given us the y-intercept as -3 and the other one -1.5. But I wanted to tell you, I'm using this because the other one is, the line that is negative is different, but I want to use this one that I've drawn. Whereby my y-intercept is 4 there, I'll have 4. And the x-intercept, I'll have 6. So when you have the y-intercept as 4 and x-intercept as 6, when you write it like that, you fail, because there is y-intercept where the line is intersecting with the y-axis is a point and not a coordinate of only one axis. It is a point. Where x, the line is meeting the x-axis, it is also a point. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? We are supposed to give the point of intercept as a coordinate, not an axis. So the answer will be the y-intercept will be 0, -3. X-intercept will be -1.50 because when you have the y-intercept, the x value is 0. When we have the x-intercept, the y value is 0. That is why we ask, when you have the y-intercept as 4, you write it as 0, 4. We write the y-intercept as a coordinate. And when we get x-intercept as 6, so the x-intercept, you're supposed to write it as 6, 0. We write it as a coordinate because that is a point where the line is intersecting with the y-axis and where the line is intersecting with x-axis. Any question about that? Any question? If there is no question, continue. Any question? If you have a question, raise up your hand. Wilson, okay. Wisdom,
How did you
yourself, wisdom.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
How did you get x as 1.5?
How did we get x as -1.5? We are saying this with our equation 2x plus y is equals -3. Y-intercept, the value of x is 0. Checking the graph that I've drawn, you can check the graph that I've drawn, wisdom. When you have the y-intercept, the x is 0. So you substitute x is equals 0 in the equation.
Okay.
So you get Get that. Now, when you want to get the x-intercept, substitute y is equal to 0. From there, you get the value of x. Then when you're writing now the intercept, you write as negative 1.50 or 0 negative 3 for y-intercept. Any other question?
No.
If there's no other question, now let's continue with the parallel lines. That is where we were. We continue with the parallel lines. You have the questions on the board. The next now question will be, give you now the question 0, negative 3. The point is 0, negative 3. We have 0, negative 3, and then the line is 2x plus y is equals negative 3. X plus y is equals negative 3. That is number F. We have F. We have 2x plus y is equals negative 3. And the point is 0, negative 3.
Y equals to 2x minus 3.
Y is equals
to 2x minus 3.
Where are you getting 2x from?
The gradient is 2.
I've given you the equation as 2x plus y equals negative 3.
Yes.
2x plus y is equals negative 3. What is the gradient of this equation?
As much.
Negative 2x.
Negative 2x.
Negative 2. Negative 2. Negative 2.
Okay. I'll give you this correction again. Some students are saying negative 2x, others are getting negative 2. I'll say that the ingredient is negative 2 and not negative 2x. You don't include x. And let it be clear. Some students write in the exam like that. It is not negative 2x, it is negative 2. Remember, I told you that when you have written the equation in the form of y is equals mx plus c, the ingredient is m. The ingredient is m and not the mx. So, okay, now let's continue. The ingredient is negative 2. Get another equation. One student to get the equation.
Please repeat.
Y is equal to x.
Y is equal
Y is
to
equal to
negative 2x minus 3.
Y is equals minus 2x minus 3. Allow me to continue. From the parallel lines, we have perpendicular lines. From parallel lines, we have perpendicular lines. What tells you that the lines are perpendicular? You go to perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. I want you to write these notes. Perpendicular lines, the product of their gradients is equal to negative 1. The product of their gradient is equal to negative 1. The product of the gradient is equal to negative 1.
Is equals
the product of the gradient is equal to negative 1. The product of the gradient is equal to negative 1. Product of the gradient is equal to negative 1. So on the screen, I don't know whether it is visible to you. Check on the screen. We are supposed to check the equations that have the same gradients. They are not the same gradient, but they are perpendicular lines. We want to check whether they have the same, they are lines of, they are perpendicular lines. What are you supposed to do? We have the equation y is equals 2x plus 7. And I have the equation y is equals negative a half x plus 3. I have two lines, y is equals 2x plus 7. And y is equals negative a half x plus 3. And when you have these equations, what are you supposed to check? If the equation is written in another form, make sure that it is written in the form of y is equals mx plus c, so that you can be able to compare m. So you find that m1 and m2, when you multiply them, they are supposed to be, the answer is supposed to be negative 1. For example, 2 times negative a half is negative 1. So those two lines are perpendicular to each other. Those two lines are perpendicular to each other. Another thing is, to be perpendicular means that if one is 3, then the other gradient will be negative 3. Negative a lot. If the gradient of the first line is 1/5, then the gradient of the second line will be negative 5, because 1/5 times negative 5 is negative 1. So I usually tell students to say that it is a reciprocal of the other, but the other one is negative. Get the reciprocal. Now let's do number 2. Number 2 that is inverted there. Determine the equations of the lines perpendicular to the line through the given points. Determine the equations.
I can't see the question.
I'm asking whether the screen is okay.
No, the screen ain't visible.
No.
No, teacher.
It's not visible.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay.
possible.
It is not clear.
Share the screen.
Cannot get it.
Okay, let me go back to the, let me share, please. Is it visible now?
Yeah. It's visible.
Okay. Okay, now let me reproduce the down the figures are inverted. I'm being told I cannot change because that is the way I photocopied the way I got the screenshot. So I cannot rectify at this point. So you read the way they are. So determine the equation of the lines perpendicular to the given lines and passing through the given point. Determine the equations of the lines perpendicular to the given lines and passing through the given point. The first equation is y minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0.
We can't hear.
But the equation is on the board. Y minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. And the point is 3, 2. Repeat, y minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. And the point is 3, 2. Y minus 3 is equal to 0. And the point is 3. First, get the ingredient of this equation, which is y is equals 5x minus 3. So the ingredient of the first equation is 5. The ingredient of the second one will be negative 1 over 5. Check whether you are getting that.
Yes.
And now I have to call your name, please, so that you can unmute yourself. I'll ask Victor Njenga to continue. Victor Njenga, unmute yourself and continue. Okay. Next question. Victor Njenga, we are waiting for you. Unmute yourself.
Yes.
And what is the answer or what is supposed to do to get the answer? Yes. There is Clinton. Unmute yourself. Clinton.
Y is equals to negative 1 over 5x plus 13 over 5.
So what have you done to get this answer explained? The answer is correct. Continue.
So I took y is equals to 5x minus 3. That was the initial equation, the first line. So to get the second line, the gradient first, you have to do m1, gradient 1 times gradient 2 is equals to -1. So I took 5 times m2 is equals to -1 and got the gradient as -1/5. So I took that gradient of the second line and equated it with y minus 2 all over x minus 3. Then I got 5y minus. Then I got 5y minus 10 is equals to -x plus 3. Then I divided by 5 all through. Then I got the answer as y is equals to -5 over x. Y is equals to -1 over 1 over 5x plus 13 over 5.
Yes, correct. Another student to
please
do now.
repeat.
But yes.
Please repeat.
You asked you to repeat. Let him repeat.
A bit
Clinton,
slower.
repeat.
Yes.
Get it slower.
So the first line, the gradient was 5. To get the gradient of the second line, you have to multiply the gradients and equate it with -1. So I got the second line, the gradient to be -1 all over 5. So that -1 over 5, because you are given one of the points to be 3 coordinates 3, 2. So I took -1 over 5, I equated it with y minus 2, the y minus the 2, then x minus divided by x minus 3. Then if you cross multiply, you'll get 5 into brackets y minus 2 is equals to -x plus 3. So then you open the brackets and got 5y minus 10 is equals to -x plus 3. So then you take 10 to the other side to become 13. So you get 5y is equals to -x plus 13. Then you divide by 5 all through, so that you can get y is equals to mx plus c. So you divide by 5, but we divide by 5 all through, then you get the answer as y is equals to -1 all over 5x plus 13 over 5.
Correct. Are you okay?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. Let's do part E of the question. Part E of the question. That is y is equal to 17. And the point is -2, -1. -2, -1.
Pardon.
Mwalimu, repeat.
I'm saying we do part E of the question. Part E of the question, it is on the board. Yes, part E, F, for F. Y is equal to 17. And the point is -2, -1. -2, -1.
Y equals to x plus 1.
Sorry?
Y equals to x plus 1.
Okay. Where are you getting y is equals x plus 1? Explain so that you can know where you are getting it from.
Since here y equals to 17, it means that x is equals to 0, which is the gradient.
M is equal to 0.
And then you bracket -2, comma -1, and then xy, where you get y plus 1 over x plus 2. You equate them where you get y plus 1 equals to x plus 2, where you get x equals to, you take 1 to the other side, where you get x equals to, y equals to x plus 1.
No, that method is wrong. We have
No.
Victor, unmute yourself. Victor MK, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
My answer is y is equals to 1.
Y is equals to
1.
1. No, we cannot have a perpendicular. Remember, perpendicular line, they have to make an angle of 90 degrees. So if you have y is equal 17 and y is equals 1, to find that they are part of each other. Okay, another one you have J, Bon and J Macau, unmute yourself. J Macau.
Well, the line y is equals to 17 is a straight line, which means that it has no gradient. The gradient is 0. So the perpendicular line will also be, the gradient will be 0 along the x-axis. So that means in order to get the gradient of the perpendicular line, you say 0 times 0, which is the gradient of the y is equals to 17 line, times m2 equals to -1. You get the gradient of the perpendicular line, which lies along the x-axis, as 0. So the point, you substitute the point -2, -1. You say y minus -1 over x minus -2 is equals to 0, the gradient. After you run the equation, you get y is equals to 1.
So the equation is?
Y is equals to 1.
No, because y is
equals to -1.
Excuse me, y is equals to
Y is equals to
-1.
+1.
-1.
-1.
Y.
Please, listen, let me make this explanation, please. When we have y is equal to 17, it is an horizontal line. Then you are telling me that y is equal to -1 or y is equal to x, the horizontal line. Those lines are parallel to each other. They are not perpendicular at all. So what are you supposed to do? Let me draw the equation. Let me go to the screen sharing again. Let me have another screen sharing so that you understand.
The microphone is muted.
Let's have this one, please. I want to draw something here. Let me draw this. On the screen, I've drawn the x-axis. And also I've drawn the y-axis. And this line that we are being taught, we have the line y is equal 17. That is the line of y is equal 17. Write it there, y.
Teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, we have not been told that the line is straight.
Y is equal 17.
Yes, maybe it's slanting.
It's an example.
The gradient is 0.
No. Listen, please. Y is equal 17. It is a straight line that passes through 0.17 of y.
Yeah.
And 0 of x. Please. Are we together? The line, are you seeing the screen?
Yes.
The screen is there. I've drawn the line of y. I want to write it there so that you can understand what I mean. I have this line is y is equals 17. It is supposed to be like that. It is an horizontal line. And we see that an horizontal line, the gradient is 0. Why is it 0? If I have a point, I won't draw a point. I will name this point here A. That's point A. Then I have point B here. I have the point B on that line. Point A, I'll give you the coordinate as 2, 17. Let's work together. I'm giving you the coordinate 2, 17, and I'm giving you point B as 7, 17. the value of y is not changing. So when you get a gradient, you say change in y divided by change in x. 17 minus 17 divided by 2 minus 7 is 0 divided by negative 5. But 0 divided by any number, the gradient is 0. 0 divided by any number is 0. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, if I have a perpendicular line, because I'm told that this perpendicular line is passing through the point -2, -1. -2, -1. So this point is passing -2. Now I'll continue drawing this. This is my line. I'm producing it on the negative side. That is my line. Then I have another line that I'm told that it is passing through -2, -1. That is the line. Are you together? That is the line. That line is passing through -2, -1. That line. That is the line of x. It is passing through the point -2 and the y is -1. Then those two lines are perpendicular. Y is equal to 17 is horizontal and this one is perpendicular. This line is which line? That is the question I ask. Raise up your hand. Which line is this? Label the line. Do we say x is equal to -1? Do we say x is equal to -2? Or how do we name this line? You have Joshua Macau, and mute yourself.
X is equal to -2.
The line is x is equal to what?
-2.
-2. Very good. X is -2. I'll write here x is equals -2. That is the line. That is the line. And I'll make it clear that if you have an horizontal line, remember that one, the gradient is 0. And I want to tell you this. If you want to know, you can also, because the gradient of the other one is 0, you can say that M1 times M2 is equals -1. But the gradient of the first line is 0. So M2 on B, the gradient of the M2 on B, -1 divided by 0. What is -1 divided by 0? Raise up your hand. What is -1 divided by 0?
0.
Mundia, your hand is up. Unmute yourself. So I've unmuted you. Unmute yourself. Mundia?
0.
What is -1 divided by 0?
0.
0. It is wrong. It is not 0. I want to show you this. It is not 0.
Undefined.
Infinite. It is not 0. It is undefined. Because if you say, now look at this, 2 times 2 multiplied by, I will say 2 times 3, the answer is 6. Are we together? If I say 6 divided by 3, I'm supposed to get 2. Is it okay?
Yes.
Or if I say 6 divided by 2, by 3, by 2, sorry, I'm supposed to get 3. Because 2 times 3 is equal to 6. I want to do this expression, -1 divided by 0. You have told me is 0. One student has told me is 0. I want to say it is wrong. Why? Because 0 times 1.
Negative 1
is
is not 0, so it's wrong.
It is not 0. So,
Yes.
are we together?
Yeah.
You know, you have told me 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. So if you tell me negative 1 divided by 0 is 0, then 0 times 0 is not negative 1. Are you together? So this number,
is not 0.
yes, negative 1 divided by 0 is not 0. It is undefined. It is too big to be defined. So I was telling you that you can use the same method of saying M1 times M2 is equals negative 1. So the first gradient is 0. So you have M2 is equals negative 1 over 0. Don't give the answer for that expression. You just say the point you are given is negative 2, negative 1. You say Y minus 1 over X plus, no, it is Y minus 1, which is Y plus 1, divided by X minus 2, which is X plus 2, is equal to negative 1 over 0. Now cross multiply. Cross multiply, you find that 0 in bracket Y plus 1 is equal to negative 1 into X plus 2, which is now on the left hand side. Now you have 0 is equal to negative X minus 2 is equal to 0. So we have negative X is equals, take X on the other side, we have X is equals to negative 2. Are you together? So that is how you do it. That is how you do it. So we'll do more practice on perpendicular lines, and I know the time is over.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
Please repeat what you have done to get that Y is equals to negative. Yeah, that part.
I'm telling you that the other option to use is when you are given now the Y is equal to 17. You know the gradient of this line is 0. But you know that perpendicular lines, M1 times M2 is equal to negative 1. You just say M1, the gradient of M1 is 0. So M1 times M2 is equal to negative 1. So you say the M2 will be negative 1 over 0. Don't simplify. Don't simplify. Leave it like that. That is the gradient. Negative 1 over 0. Then you say Y plus 1 divided by X plus 2 is equal to negative 1 over 0. There is no some student to tell me that the time is over. I know you have a break. Let me explain this, please, so that tomorrow you continue from where I stop. So I'm telling you, yes.
According to me, the question E, is it that the line passed through 2 and negative 1?
Yes, that is the point. Yes.
But this
negative
X
2,
negative. But this line on your screen, like it does not pass through 2 and negative 1.
Now where is point negative 2? Okay. Where is point negative 2, negative 1? Is it not on the lower part of this x-axis, and it is on the negative side of x-axis and y-axis somewhere here? So I'll draw a line passing through x, and it is perpendicular to y is equal to 17. I cannot draw the line of y is equal to negative 2 because the line of y is equal to negative 2. No, yes, and the line of y is equal to 17 are parallel lines. They are not perpendicular. So I must draw a
was it 2 negative? Was it 2 negative 1 or negative 2 negative 1?
Negative 2 negative 1.
Negative 1.
Oh.
No. I am in you at me. Is it clear? The point is negative 2, negative 1.
Yes, it's clear.
Is it clear now? So I was telling you that that is the second method. If you cannot remember this method of saying that if the gradient is 0, the other one is passing through X or Y. So you use the other method I've given you, whereby you say that the gradient 2 is -1/0. Don't simplify that.
Y is equals to 18x plus 35.
So I'll give you the questions to do. Yeah, I know it is over, but I want to give you the questions, please, so that you do there is number 3 there. I want you to do practice of number 3. I'll read number 3 so that you do as the assignment. A triangle, now application of perpendicular and parallel lines. A triangle has vertices A, 2, 5, B, 1, -2, we have a triangle as vertices A, 2, 5, B, 1, -2, and C, -5, 1. Determine part A, the equation of the line BC. Determine A, the equation of the line BC. Part B, the equation of the perpendicular line from A to BC. The equation of the perpendicular line from, yes? The question is on the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
So it's an inverted question.
Yes.
Yeah, I use physics now to
Screenshot and then you can use your phone later.
Can you screenshot, please? I give you
And then you
another
can
question.
use your gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. Screenshot that one. Let me give you another one so that tomorrow you will do now revision on those questions, because tomorrow the application of perpendicular lines and the parallel lines. The next one, we have number 4 and 5 and 5, 4, 5, 6.
It's not clear.
Just screenshot.
Not clear.
So I'll give you more questions tomorrow. After you have done these 6, the question you do that, we'll start now working on AMF questions. So now we end the lesson. Have a good day. We meet tomorrow. Thank you for your patience.
Show that 4, 5, 6 isn't that clear.
Number 4.
4, 5, and 6 aren't clear.
Okay, I'll give you the Form 2 book. I'll send you the Form 2 book for you in the forum of every class. You do exercise. Write this assignment, please. Assignment is exercise 4.6, number 3, 4. Number 3, 4. Exercise 5. Assignment. I'm giving you assignment. Exercise 4.5. Number 4. Number 4. Exercise 4.4. I will send the textbook to you. Wait, please. So,
yes.
Exercise 4.4, number 3, 4, and 5. 6. Number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Can you write the assignment, please? I'll send the book through Madam Mondor. Exercise 4.4, number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then exercise 4.5, number 4. That will be in discussion for tomorrow's lesson.
Pardon. Exercise, pardon.
4.5 number 4, 4.4 number 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let me repeat. I've said this. Exercise 4.4. Let me write on the screen so that you see. Let me write so that you see. Let me write it. I've said exercise 4.4 number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Then we have exercise 4.5 number 4. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'll send the book to your class master, and then you do the question overnight. Tomorrow afternoon, we discuss the questions. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Same.
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 Same.